about comics. Let's talk about comics. Let's talk about comics. Let's talk about comics.
Hello, by YouTube. It is Charles here, and today I think that Mad Cave Comics has another great hit on their hands, and I'm talking about the new Space Age from Mad Cave Comics. And it's a very interesting premise. We have the future, I think 2055 it takes place in, and the International Space Station, NASA, and the whole space program is really on its last gasp, despite the technological advancement. And we meet astronaut Captain Mark Mitchell, who is essentially a space trucker, a delivery guy. And when he gets to the International Space Station, it is in a point of crisis. On the verge of exploding, they ask him to, go get a rescue, to send a rescue vessel, but he decides he's going to do it himself. And you get to know him, a little bit of why he became an astronaut and why he is still out there. And the reason is because when he was a kid, he lost his little brother Joey, and they both had a dream of going to space. And his little brother Joey ended up being abducted by extraterrestrials, so he had spent his whole life trying to rescue him. And the reason why he rescued the astronauts from the space station as it exploded was because he made a vow to never lose another person again. And with that, he is blamed for the collapse of the space station, and essentially the space age is over. They can get no more funding, it's all private. He's fired and blamed for the whole incident. And we find out that, through his job, he's been pilfering equipment and attaching stuff to orbiting satellites and putting stuff out there, constantly trying to figure out what happened to his little brother Joey. And it cuts back to when they were kids, and you get some backstory about how they came up and the struggles they had as kids. And you actually get to see what happened to his brother. And you get introduced to another friend during the flashback, and she's interacting with them, trying out new card tricks. She has an interest in magic, but when we actually see her again, she's an adult, and Captain Mitchell goes to her magic show because he's trying to do anything he can to get his brother back, and he thinks that maybe what he's searching for isn't technological, but possibly magical. And that's all I'm going to give you. I don't want to ruin it for you, but the art is second to none. A completely original premise. It's fun, very intriguing, very well put together. I mean, I talk about, Mad Cave Comics is a company that I did not discover till early last year. But I'm so glad I did, because they put out so many great books with Kill Train, and what else did they put? Don't Forget Your Briefcase, and many other books. I have, if you watch the show, you know that I am a huge fan of Image Comics. But even they occasionally put out a book I don't enjoy. My issue with Mad Cave Comics is I have a hard time starting a book with them, because I'm definitely going to want to continue it and add it to my pull list and cost me more and more money. Another great book they put out is the one I actually read the preview for this, and called It Killed Everybody But Me. Or It Killed Everyone But Me. It's a horror story. But another quality book from Mad Cave, the new Space Age. And essentially this guy is creating the new Space Age, combining magic and technology to locate his brother. So check it out. Check it out at your local comic book store. If you don't have a local comic book store, check out my friend Jeff at coffeeandacomic.com. They ship nationwide, great prices, and complimentary coffee with every order. So that being said, I'll see you next time. Until then, keep reading them books. You know I will. I'm out.